So what is a property actually worth? You know as well as I do, this is the foundational metric that literally drives every single acquisition, disposition, and financing decision you're ever going to make. If you're deploying capital in real estate, absolutely everything hinges on getting this underlying number right. I mean, think about it. A basis point off here, or maybe an overlooked operating expense over there, and poof, your entire pro forma just falls apart. But for the longest time, getting to that true, accurate number, it has been a frustratingly opaque and notoriously slow process. Welcome back to The Explainer. I am thrilled to have you here today because we are diving into something that is transforming valuation from absolute guesswork into a precise, data-driven science. We're looking at precision pricing and the evolution of digital property valuation. Basically, we're going to see how modern automated valuation models, or AVMs, and predictive analytics are helping investors figure out what an asset is worth significantly faster, with way more consistency, and with a lot less of that stressful middle-of-the-night guesswork. We're talking massive lakes of CMBS data, local market trends, and historic performance being actively turned into crystal-clear insights. Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with the guesswork of the past, see what changes as we enter digital valuation, and then discover exactly how AI sharpens the picture. Then, we'll ground ourselves a bit with the human element before wrapping up with a look at the future of investing. All right, part 1, the guesswork of the past, manual research and subjective judgment. Let's rewind a sec to clearly understand the historical pain points we're actually solving here. You probably remember the drill. Answering that big question of a property's true market worth used to mean relying incredibly heavily on manual research. We are talking about painfully long appraisal timelines, waiting weeks for scattered broker reports to finally hit your inbox, and ultimately, relying on a single individual's highly subjective judgment. It was basically an era defined by digging through disparate county records and calling around for messy, unverified rent comps. It was exhausting. But contrast that reality with the present. Today, if you need to make quick, aggressive capital allocations, you are not waiting around for a physical report. Investors are utilizing real-time data feeds, automated comparisons, and dynamic, structured models. Instead of spending days staring at separate spreadsheets just trying to normalize messy data, you're reviewing updated numbers and evaluating complex opportunities in one centralized spot. And honestly, that shift alone is allowing investors to move with massive confidence in a really competitive, low-inventory market. Moving on to part 2, enter digital valuation. Speed, consistency, and data. We know the old way was painfully slow and prone to error, so let's look at the fix. So what is digital property valuation at its core? It's really about applying structured models to property characteristics, market trends, and financial inputs to create a stable base for your decisions. And why does this matter so much? Well, the immediate advantage is obviously speed, but right behind speed, and arguably way more important for institutional capital, is absolute consistency. Traditional valuation methods vary wildly based on who's analyzing the asset, right? It depends on what specific data points they personally prioritize that day. Digital valuation systematically strips out that human variation. Instead of just looking at basic square footage or general location, these systems are crunching deep public records, complex zoning overlays, hyperlocal NOI averages, and dynamic cap rates to build a highly grounded estimate. It instantly organizes info that would otherwise take a team of analysts hours to pull together. And this is crucial because looking at a standalone asking price is a notorious trap. Imagine you've got building A and building B, and they have identical asking prices. On paper, using the old subjective methods, they might look like the exact same opportunity. But valuation isn't just about the top-line price, is it? It's about whether that price actually aligns with the property's true underlying income potential. When we apply digital valuation software, we peel back the layers. Suddenly, we might see that building A boasts incredibly strong tenant retention and phenomenal rental stability. Meanwhile, building B is quietly struggling to keep tenants in the door, facing high turnover costs and looming vacancies. Modern software makes those underlying operational differences instantly obvious. It pulls out the real net operating income story so you can avoid rushed decisions and actually buy assets that match your strategy. Which brings us to part 3. How AI sharpens the picture. Patterns and predictions. We've got the data centralized, but now we're introducing the high-powered lens. Artificial intelligence has taken this whole thing to a completely different level entirely. AI can process massive volumes of property and macroeconomic information exponentially faster than traditional underwriting. It uncovers hidden correlations that a human analyst simply wouldn't spot. But more importantly, it drastically improves forward-looking forecasting. By studying deep historical pricing behavior, granular rental performance, and broad market momentum, AI highlights exactly where values might rise or soften before it ever makes the headlines. It helps you see the shifts early. We're talking algorithms that can flag micromarket gentrification, predictive demographic shifts, or accelerating absorption rates way before they're priced into the wider market. For an active investor, that means sharper, actionable insight into whether a property is fundamentally undervalued, fairly priced, or significantly overvalued. And the best part is, you don't just use this tech once at the start of a deal and put it away. It's acting as an active co-pilot at every single stage of the life cycle. Step 1. During acquisition, it's helping you screen hundreds of properties way faster so you aren't wasting time underwriting duds. Step 2. During due diligence, it supports a much deeper analysis. Like, an AI platform might automatically uncover that a target property's utility expenses are inexplicably 15% higher than localized comps. Boom, that triggers an immediate renegotiation. And Step 3, after purchase, the tech keeps working. It helps asset managers monitor ongoing performance, run stress tests, and continuously compare the real-time value against those initial pro forma expectations. Buyers, lenders, brokers, everyone benefits from this continuous stream of clean data. So, just to rapid-fire summarize the sheer power of this evolution, the tangible advantages are massive. You get faster property screening, more consistent and defensible value estimates, better real-time comparison across multiple assets simultaneously, much clearer downside risk assessment, and ultimately, vastly improved confidence in your decision-making. These benefits matter because they save you countless hours of busy work and proactively reduce incredibly costly multi-million-dollar mistakes. In a market cycle where the best off-market opportunities move in the absolute blink of an eye, this level of operational efficiency isn't a luxury anymore. It's a very real, quantifiable competitive edge. All right, part 4. The human element. Why judgment still matters. Because, look, as amazing as this technology and AI is, we need to step back and talk about the practical caveats. Even with incredibly sophisticated AI, technology should never be treated as the final, unquestionable answer. Why? Because a commercial property's true value is ultimately influenced by highly nuanced real-world factors that software might simply miss right now. An algorithm might totally overlook the nuanced creditworthiness of a very specific niche tenant. It could miss quietly pending zoning changes or hyperlocal development plans that haven't hit the public data feeds yet, or entirely unique physical property conditions that require actual boots on the ground to assess. On top of that, no analytical tool is flawless. If the foundational data quality is weak or the municipal inputs are outdated, the accuracy takes a massive hit. Garbage in, garbage out absolutely still applies here. I think this quote really hits the nail on the head. These tools do not replace judgment. They support it. You should always use this tech as an incredibly advanced decision support system, not a blind replacement for your own rigorous analysis and market intuition. The absolute best, most profitable results consistently come when high-speed technology and seasoned human expertise work hand in hand. The digital tools provide the necessary analytical structure, the baseline data normalization, and the incredible speed, while experienced professionals step in to add the context, review the assumptions, and interpret the hyper-local conditions. You are still the captain of the ship making the final call. The software is just your incredibly powerful, data-rich navigation system, helping you avoid the rocks. Finally, part 5, the future of investing. Connected, automated, predictive. Let's look ahead at where real estate technology is actually taking the industry next. As localized data sources inevitably improve and these predictive models become exponentially more advanced, we're going to see faster real-time updates, even stronger forecasting, and totally seamless integration across various investment and property management platforms. But look, the ultimate goal here isn't just automation for the sheer sake of automation. The real tangible advantage is the ability to make much better, higher conviction decisions with significantly less operational friction. It is entirely about removing those frustrating barriers, the data silos, and the manual bottlenecks between you and a truly great investment opportunity. Which leaves us with one final provocative question. Investors who adopt these tools early are going to spend a lot less time fumbling with estimation and manual data entry. So, will you spend your valuable time manually guessing, building outdated spreadsheets, and stressing over scattered, unverified reports? Or will you leverage technology to use that time actively identifying and closing the